Hey guys, so as you can see, I switched it up a little bit. I'm not in front of the blue wall, I'm in front of my messed up bed. Wanted to switch it up a little bit, so yeah, that explains that. And this is going to be a little bit of a different video compared to what I normally do, the beauty videos. And it's actually inspired by Redbox magazine, or Redbook magazine. And it's called My Top 10 Guilty Pleasures. And I think this is going to be super fun. And if you're watching and you want to do this, I would absolutely love to see it. Just make sure you let me know so I can watch it. Because I have a lot of, I'm subscribed to a lot of other girls, so sometimes I'll miss a video that I would have loved to see and I don't see it until months later, and it's a bummer. So if you do this, please let me know in my comments or on my wall. This isn't Facebook, but on my page, my channel. Just let me know if you do it because I really would love to see it. And here are my top 10 guilty pleasures in order, 10 being like my not the worst guilty pleasure or whatever, and 1 being like maybe I should get some help. My number 10 guilty pleasure is pictures, my camera, taking pictures. I am that person that has my camera like this usually and is just like snapping pictures of all my friends, doing the same thing over and over. I don't even care if I have like 50 of the same pictures. I just love to take pictures, and I'm usually the girl that people count on for having the camera, you know, at events or like if we go to the zoo or something really random like that. Yeah, but taking pictures, having my camera, it's one of my very big guilty pleasures. So my number 9 guilty pleasure is scarves, and I wore one in this video, but I have so many and I love them, and especially in the fall and winter, I will wear a scarf every day, no lie, every day. And I have quite a bit, and it's kind of something I like to look for when I go shopping, wherever I am. Scarves. Love scarves. My number 8 big guilty pleasure is bandeau tops, or bandeau. I always call them bralettes, but whatever. I actually have replaced my normal bras with these, and I think it's great in the summertime. They breathe more or whatever, or maybe I'm just like a comfort freak. I'm like, maybe I like scarves so much too because I'm just like a snuggly person. It could be. I don't know. Maybe. But yeah, scarves, bandeau tops. Number 7, guilty pleasure. And this is a guilty pleasure, but I want to first and foremost tell you all that I am of age. I am 22 years old, so I can legally have a drink or two. And it's apple martinis. I love a good apple martini. It tastes just like a Jolly Rancher, and it's refreshing, and it's not that nasty, like, boozy taste that a lot of alcoholic drinks have, and I really just enjoy them once in a while. Number 6, guilty pleasure. And this may be funny or weird. I find that every time I mention this, like, so many people are like, oh my god, me too, like, all the time, blah, blah, blah. But Michael Jackson, I really, really love his music, especially when I'm getting ready or like getting pumped up to go out at night or trying to get my friends to dance or something. I love Michael Jackson, Billie Jean, Smooth Criminal. I could listen to it over and over, and sometimes I do. So yeah. My number 5 guilty pleasure, and this should probably be my number 1, but you know, it's number 5 because there's worse. But my number 5 is dessert. Oh my god, I cannot have dinner pretty much without having dessert, and I'm not kidding. Like, I usually, when I go grocery shopping or when I go out to eat, I have to plan, like, okay, do I have something at my house to eat for dessert, or am I going to buy dessert, or should we stop and get a dessert somewhere? It's kind of an issue. My boyfriend knows this, my grandmother knows this, my friends kind of know this. I have such a big sweet tooth, and I love it. I mean, I love sweets, I love dessert. No one will ever take them from me, not a diet, not anything. I love desserts. Number 4 is kind of weird, but it's okay. We all have to let our freak flag fly. Freak flag fly? Freak flag fly. It's cats. I love cats. I love my cat way too much. It's kind of ridiculous. And all cats, really. Big cats, little cats. No, they were my favorite animal when I was little. I am just a weirdo. I'm that weird cat lady. And I'm okay with it. I've accepted it. I don't even care. They're just the most adorable little creatures ever. I love them. Cats. Yes. Number 3, biggest guilty pleasure is Indian food. I love Indian food more than anything. It is by far my most favorite food in the entire world. I could eat it every day for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and maybe dessert. But I'd have to have a second dessert after the Indian dessert just to like really push the dessert in. Love Indian food. If you haven't tried Indian food, don't be scared. It's kind of intimidating looking. It doesn't look quite like some other foods you've probably eaten. And seriously, it is incredible food. It's packed full of flavor. I just love it so much, and I really do eat it as much as I can. I love it. Number 2 biggest guilty pleasure is Audrey Hepburn. I just adore that lady. I own a decent amount of her movies, not all of them. I own so many of her pictures, of her stuff. It's just ridiculous. In my house, this is just my bedroom, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4 pictures of her. But then in my living room, I probably have another 3, and then I have a planner, and then I mean, it's just kind of ridiculous. Whenever I see something with her face on it, I just want to buy it. I think she's one of the most beautiful women that's ever lived. She's so graceful, and she was just really just a wonderful person, someone amazing to look up to. So every time I see something with her face on it, I'm just like, I want it so bad, and I usually get it. My number 1 biggest guilty pleasure, and I'm sure that I share this with so many other girls. What? You couldn't hear me? Twilight. Twilight. Twilight is probably my number 1 biggest guilty pleasure. It's kind of a little embarrassing at this point just because I am a little bit older. I'm 22. I should probably have something better to do than obsess over that. It's a funny story. I have never been into things like that much. I never got into Harry Potter. Not that I don't like it or like the movies or anything. It just never was something that I really was into. Never read the books. And I was living in Flagstaff going to college, and my roommate was reading the Twilight book, and I kind of made fun of her for it. I was like, oh, Twilight. He's like, no, you have to read it. And this was before the first movie came out or anything, and I was just like, no, like, back off. I don't want anything to do with that. Night they all went out, and I saw that book laying on her bed, and I was very bored, and I picked it up. And I swear to you, in probably like 3 weeks later, I had read them all. I went and saw the first movie. I bought all of the albums. Kristen Stewart, too. I think she's great. I don't know. I just think she's a super normal person, and that's nice to see in that whole Hollywood shenanigan thing. It's a problem. I just love it so much. The movies, I mean, when I'm having a bad day, I can just pop them in, and I'm like, oh, that's... yeah. And I love the soundtracks. Twilight is my number 1 biggest guilty pleasure. Yeah. So yeah, those were my top 10 biggest guilty pleasures. I hope you guys liked watching this video, and like I said earlier, I would love it if you guys did yours. But if you do, please tell me, because I would love to watch it. I'll love it. I'll like it. I'll do whatever. But let me know if you do it so I can watch it, please. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching.